dear wild ones. This is my first poetic documentary, and you will come with me in my journey this time, where I was going to spend time with my brother and in Fårö in Sweden, but that didn't work out. I was going to provide my services there and help out with massage therapy and give a workshop for rewild body and nature. So instead I changed my plans. I was forced to, so I got to experience some things that I wanted to share with you. Hello, I'm gonna talk about everything happens for me. I'm sitting here at the train station, a little bit calming down after being really like angry, sad and shocked. The train that I was going to take to the airport, that was going to take me to the beach here in Fårö, a beautiful beach in Sweden, where my brother has a nice camping with massage and yoga and stuff like that. I was going to be there with him for a week, and the trains are not very reliable right now. 2 hours I had to wait and understand that no. So after understanding a lot of calculations, minutes and stuff, I understand that no, this is not gonna happen. This is not gonna happen. And I was first like, why do they sabotage my trip? But something inside of me, like this intuitive voice, has been speaking to me about this week. I couldn't see it in front of my eyes. I couldn't see it happening, and I was really like worried. And now I understand why I was worried. It wasn't gonna happen. So this was like, I choose to see it as a sign that my intuition is alive and speaking to me. So everything happens for me. So what am I going to do this week? That's something for me to see now. Continuation of this week. So I don't know, I'm here again, going to Stockholm. Stockholm, yes. See what happens. Sister invited me for dinner, and a brother of another mother invited me for lunch in Stockholm and the archipelago. So yes, some adventure will happen.
Snapsa. Vem är det du filmar till?
Out for a walk. Can you believe it? Stockholm.
Kul att jag kollar. It is one vintage. Yeah, it's vintage.
At this point,
It is really great. The night drive is saw, but it's great.
Do they sell them anymore?
For 2 years, I have been retreating and recovering from too much of connecting to people in a not aligned way. I have been in a codependent relationship that I had to step out of and recover from, and that means that I have been understanding the depth of self-care practices and the practice of self-love. And I will be talking about that in this journey, about self-love and connecting to people and connecting to your body and connecting to nature, and how to make discernments in everyday life. And today I'm tired. It's been a lot of fun, but also some confrontations that take energy. So I'm going to my mother's house.
Film!
This is my mother, yeah.
Film, wow.
Yeah, and her flowers.
Det är typ spindelnät sånt där inne. Och mossa. Vart ska vi filma? Ska vi filma över till andra sidan? Vad skönt.
Ja.
I'm sitting in the middle of Stockholm. You can't believe it, no? And I'm thinking about discernment and how to make that decision of what doesn't feel right for you. If it doesn't feel right, it's not right. And I have been like in beautiful meetings these days with beautiful people, co-creation. But it's also been like some meetings have been like confrontative, and I have not felt comfortable. And I always like look at what did I do wrong, and I have learned to accept that it's not in my power to change other people or make them meet me in from a heartfelt manner. But when it doesn't feel good, it is not good. So in the Bible it says, above anything else, guard your heart, because that's where all action stems from. So for me this has been a journey to understand, to really protect your heart. You cannot always like overextend and be that over empathetic person that understands everybody else, and you step on your own feelings of hurt, and so you try to overcome that. And no, I learned to say no, retreat, and even though it feels like sorrow that I have to like, no, I don't want to spend time with that person, I do it for myself, and that feels much better. So I'm gonna show you this beautiful place in the middle of Stockholm. See? And here, I'm safe now. Guard your heart, because above anything else, guard your heart, because that's where all action stems from. So I've been taking the motorway. No more trains, they are not so reliable. So I got a ride back home. Home again. So time to relax a bit. Life is about connections, isn't it? Relationships with other people, and also the relationship to yourself and your body, and relationship to nature. So those are the three important ones. And in relationships, it's really interesting because you get to find your integrity, see who are you, your true self, because it's very easy to lose yourself in a relationship, especially those like of a partner or parent or colleague partnerships. And if relationships, like, it's very normal, of course, like they give you a headache, or you might feel like your feelings get hurt. It's important that you check in with yourself, ground yourself in the body, because you have this gut feeling that can also be misleading, of course, but and you have this, your heart, and you have your mind, your vision. So you need to connect all these three, and then make the discernment of how can I relate in a good way, so that me, myself, is not trespassed, and that you are respecting the other part. And this goes for your body too, when you listen into your body. So all practices that you do, make sure that they are like self-love practices or self-care practices, because when you do care for yourself, you can give much more, and in a much more aligned way. So yes, and when you make discernment about why do I feel this, or sense this, or think this, I have the urge to act a certain way, you listen to the body, what does it have to say, and you make a decision, and then you hope for the best, no? So make sure it comes from the heart, and make a choice and a decision. And what I have been struggling a lot with this one, that is to accept the reality for what it is, because you cannot control everything. You have not the power to change the world. You can only change yourself. So discernment is like, what can I do? What is my part? And there's lots of tools to help you be aligned with this. And for me, being connected to my body, grounded and aligned, and working with my electromagnetic field, and having connection with the elements in nature and the spirits, that has been really helpful to work through this process, because I do this work because I want to connect and be a part of this world in co-creation. So I have learned to have more acceptance of what is the world, and how are people relating to each other and to me. And if I can align with myself and know where I stand, I don't get lost in that dance. And for that I have learned to work with acceptance also. So it's this dear God, grant me with the strength to change what I can, and wisdom and understanding of what I cannot change, and wisdom to discern the difference, between that. What can I change and what can I not change? So with more acceptance, we get more resilient. That is not about adapting, it's more about like relating, and from a center, very powerful center, flexible and powerful center. So my online courses is energetic alignment with Qigong and yoga in small parts, so that you can make your own mix and do the practice, make practices that are good for you. So you get a lot of small video teachings, practices, and a possibility to create your own practice. So yes, check that out. I just wanted to say that. But yeah, so keep aligned, and let your actions stem from your heart, and don't forget that every day do some self-care practice, because you will get to know your own boundaries that way. Here you see, I'm so happy for my connections and with people, and being in love with life. And here I go to my favorite place, which is the water, and go cleansing and balancing, regulating the electromagnetic energy in the body, so you come to a standstill. So thank you so much for watching these videos, and I will continue doing more poetic documentaries. So thank you for watching.